Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I have the kind of second part of Monday's video. I am going to be doing this full look inspired by the faction Horde from the game World of Warcraft. And if you are new here, I'm Joanna. I have new videos every Monday, Thursday and Saturday, so consider subscribing. It's free and it helps me so much. But if you want to see how I did this full face of makeup, then just keep on watching. Okay, so to start this look, I have already done my brows and I did them with a more dark and cool toned pencil. I used the Kiko Precision Eyebrow Pencil and this one is in the shade 01. And as usual, I've also primed my lids with the Kiko Neutral Eye Base. And for this look, I also think I'm going to put tape. And the colors of the Horde, or at least of the Horde symbol, are red and black. Sometimes you get a red symbol with a black background or the other way around, but basically I'm going to focus myself on those two colors. And for this eye look, I want very sharp lines, or at least the outer part. And I'm going to be using the Dawson X Jeffree Star Cosmetics Conspiracy Palette, which I really love for kind of more gothy looks, because it's got this very good matte black, and I think I'm basically going to use these two shades. So to start, I am taking the matte black and I'm going to pack it all over the lid, and right away you can see this black is really good. And by doing your eyes first, you really don't have to worry about any fallout. I'm also going to drag it out, and the tape makes this very easy. And also starting to blend it up a little bit. This would probably be a very easy eye look. On this inner corner, I'm just taking a smaller brush, but basically just doing the same thing, packing and blending. And I'm just taking the black ever so slightly more up, not worrying too much about the blend of this. And now for the upper part, I'm going to start and blend that black, but for that I'm going to use that matte red. So I'm just kind of intensifying the red where the two shades meet and blending it up. And with a small blending brush, I'm just taking a little bit more of the black to kind of diffuse where the two shades meet. And just taking a little bit more of the red on top. Okay, for now, as the eyeshadow on top, I want it like this. I'm just going to add the Kiko Everlasting Kajal on my waterline on top, and for mascara I'm using the Marvel X Maybelline Colossal. Okay, so the top part of the eyes is done, and now for my face, as opposed to the Alliance look, for the Horde I want a very full coverage and very matte base. So for that, First, I'm going to take a little bit of the NYX Pore Filler Primer and I'm going to use it on the center of my face. And this one kind of just blurs and smooths the skin texture. For foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour that has a very full coverage and matte. And I'm going to use 2 pumps spread across my face. And today I feel like blending it with a sponge. I'm just gonna get my color a little bit down. Being very careful around this very sharp edge. So when I did my Alliance look, I actually talked a little bit about my experience playing World of Warcraft. I did mention that I have played on both factions. I have played more time in the Alliance, but I actually started on the Horde. So my base is already pretty full, but I just want to use a little bit of concealer, and I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Modern Concealer just a little bit on my dark circles and also on this spot. And this one has a really full coverage, so I'm really just using a little bit. And when I played on the Horde, I played as a Blood Elf, which is probably my favorite Horde race. And actually the switch was really nothing against the Horde. It's just that on the server me and my friends played, the Horde was, I don't want to say pretty much dead, but a little bit. They had a really difficult time recruiting for raiding, so we kind of made the switch to the Alliance. See, this concealer really goes a long way. And today I'm actually setting my under eyes with the sponge, and for powder I'm using the Technic Soft Focus. This is a translucent loose setting powder, so I'm just taking a little bit in the corner of the sponge and just pressing it in. But I don't want too much powder. I want matte base, but not a very cake face. And for the rest of my face, I'm using the same powder, but I'm just going to use a large fluffy brush. This combo is really good for a very full coverage and very matte base. And I'm also going to contour, which is something I don't usually do. I'm going to use the I Heart Revolution Bronze and Glow palette. It has this really nice contour shade, and I might also use it for a highlighter. Now, if you've never played World of Warcraft, one thing I would definitely recommend this game for is the lore. This game is really lore rich. The history of the game is very actually long and complex. And really one thing about video games that really catches my eye is if it's really lore rich. And actually that goes for other things, like Lord of the Rings has a very complex and rich lore, and I'm a pretty big geek for that. I'm also gonna contour a little bit around my temples. And I don't usually contour my nose, like ever, but I'm just going to try and do a little bit with a fan brush. Just like a little bit of a shadow. And now for a very soft bronze, I'm using the Revolution Reloaded in Take a Vacation. That is a little bit more of a subtle bronzer, but I'm just taking a little bit. Just like that. For blush, I don't want something too intense, so I'm going to use this one. This is from Givenchy and it's in the shade Fashionista Brown. I think this one is discontinued, but it's just kind of a more browny blush. And also I don't want to take too much of it, just to warm up a little bit the cheeks. But doing this with a very neutral color. And for a highlighter, as I mentioned, I'm going to use the one from the Bronze and Glow palette. And this is kind of a champagne color that I think just goes well with everything. But I don't want to apply too much of it. I just want to keep the base mostly matte. This just gives kind of a hint of a glow. And just to finish my eyes, I'm basically doing the same thing I did on top. I'm using the matte black very close to my lashes, and then I'll blend it with a little bit of the red. Maybe not as much as I used on top. And actually I don't want to take the black eyeshadow too strong on the inner corner. And as I mentioned, the red, I just want it a little bit, just enough to blend the black. For my inner corner and brow bone, I'm just taking the highlighter. It kind of just connects the eye look to what I did on the face. Again, not too intense. And just again, using the Kiko Everlasting Kajal on my waterline and the Maybelline mascara. So now, for the lips, I want to do something I've actually never done with black and red. I want to try and create an ombre with black on the outside and red in the center. So I'm kind of doing a combo of lip products. To line my lips, I'm using the Kiko Creamy Color in the shade, can't find the number, but it's the black. And for the red part, I'm using the Kiko Velvet Passion Matte in the shade 311. That is this true red. So let's see how that goes. Just kind of need to clean up the lipstick a little bit. It's a little bit more black than I wanted, so I'm just going to try and apply a little bit more of the red on top. And actually using a lip brush makes it a little bit easier to apply the red on top of the black. It's not a very easy thing to do ombre lips, but yeah, I feel like it's kind of nice to practice something different. And finally, to set this look and keep it in the matte theme, I'm using the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. And just for a little bit more detail, I'm also going to try and add some glitter on my lid. So I'm using the Essence Glitter Primer, just a little bit on the lid. I don't usually do this, so I'm really not sure how it's gonna go. And for the glitter, I'm taking the Givenchy Nocturne eyeshadow palette that has these really beautiful glitters on this side, and I'm using the black glitter. I just don't like the fact that the glitter primer has kind of a pinky color. Okay, I think that just adds kind of a sparkly effect. Just need to brush off one or two bits of black glitter, and I'm just adding a tiny bit more of black eyeshadow on top of the glitter to see if that pinky effect goes away. Okay, so this is the finished Horde inspired makeup. I think the eyes turned out very well. I really like this sharp edge. The glitter may have ruined it a little bit, but I also think it looks different. But I really liked it all matte. I think it's probably because of the fact that I'm really not used to putting glitter. It looks a little bit different for me, and also the ombre lips is not entirely black. It does have a little bit of red, and also the matte base. I actually really like it. It feels very, very soft. But yeah, if you like this, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, and always let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if you'd like to see other videos like this one, kind of inspired in a specific color story. I will be doing, probably starting in the end of November, Harry Potter houses inspired looks, so stay tuned for that. If you still haven't watched the Alliance video, I'll leave it on the side. And if you'd like to see other videos like this one every Monday, Thursday and Saturday, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching.